Good morning, viewers and listeners of Concerned Citizens Media. Welcome back. Nice to have you here. So, for today, June 8, 2021, I have one very essential news to share with you, and many others news from Concerned Citizens Media. So the first one, before I go to the news, I will let you listen Hachalu Hundesa Jirraa song, because I have a news related to this music Jirraa. So let's listen a little bit, then go to the news. Calling different regions and the cities of Oromia, and they say they will not separate with the political message. The enemies are attempting to divide, to separate. That is
Harre sadi chapset kambar sadi chapset kotiyon gafarsa hamenu le matas injirana chesa hamenu le matas injirana chesa jirra 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 kumar alli jirra Sisa uma munisera uma damse mul nata deminan chada dukana tipse mama kana mamu aksisa raji barakana ya jama mul nakisa tese mul nakoti alam pashe ilmormai shirani karaf kalbi ki ya khatani akkan sirraji tu fi adani Algoden ansirajita sifuden metta kolita sifuden horro kolita sifuden walisolita sifuden kinir kolita sifuden robe kolita sifuden man kolita sifuden solol kolita shirani isado odor sisani akka sirrache tu fi adani algoden ansirrache to sifuden dodo lalita sifuden beki kolita sifuden jandu kolita sifuden makini kolita sifuden gade salita sifuden chokala kolita sifuden indo kolita kalbidono konsilita sifuden ambo kolita sifuden chile molita sifuden finilita sifuden shankar kolita sifuden Oromia lita yamba muti silita sifuden Oromia lita yamba muti silita sifuden Oromia lita yamba muti silita.
Oya Australia. I have worked
Fama Wakayo Sinai Busu, Polesako, Sagaya Rasa, Bagawa Kayo Kanasiga Mulatake Wakayo Sitikan, the Wakayo Nundumadan do Mofi Tambasa at Sabaki Baye, Namata Sabaki Baye Ojeta Oji Sabairo Jetumo, Wakayo Moji Ojeta, Wakayo Nuguda, Wakabla Moji Ketadabu. Let us see the kind of Wakayo feet and Siava Zuvijera. Saganta kun saganta ba saganta ulfinni waqayyo afurri waqayyo keessa akka ta'u waqayyo nu gargaaru sagalee waqayyo keessa akkasii hojii kee hunduma waqayyotti kennadhu wanta yaada kee keessa jiru hunduma waqayyotti dabarsii kennedha waqayyonni hunduma dandoomo karaa kee barsiifaa qixxeessu saba keenya hunduma yeroo ammaa rakkoo keessa jiru hunduma keessatti waqayyo ayyaana isaa fi eebba isaa nagaa isaa Sasa akan diken nufun tiken oli ojin karan innu dumaran do mo waqayyo ine ga makal waqayyo kan famiyato ya waqayyo gofta sigarati fanna galanni guddan ulfinni guddan
just starting the program with prayer.
Baake sanatiken nada wanta sindibisu natiken nada ni jette gofta waay sabakenya sitilana gofta galanni sifato yero kana garbicha ke gofta mulati sakese gofta isa kese ya waqayyo fi ta'aqqanibo ya waqayyo musee keessa mul'ata keesse namoota gurguddoo biyya lafaa keessa mul'ata keesse mul'ati kun gofta yesus sibraa wanta ta'eef ya waqayyo gargaarsi kee garbicha kee faaruuf ya waqayyo ila ya waqayyo garbichi kee garaa guutuudhaan si daallata waan ejjettan hundumaa natti kennadhaa itti sagantaan kun sagantaa fi xaaboo akka ta'u sitti laannaa ati nu gargaari ya waqayyo waan nu dandeessu samma dandeenyu garbicha kee kana yaa Waaqayyo obboleessa keenya bukkee dhaabbanne utumna yaa Waaqayyo gara mul'ata isaatti akka inni geessinu ati nu gargaari. Yeroon kun gooftaa yeroo ulfinni keef afurri kee nu gidduu darbu haa ta'u. Yaa Waaqayyo ati nu gargaari, ayyaana kee nu dabali, afura kee nu dabali, humna kee nu dabali gooftaa. Mul'ata kana gooftaa ati fiixaan nu baasi. Saba rakkoorra jiru yaa Waaqayyo inni gargaartu Waaqayyoodha. Gargaarsi kee haa dhufu. Akkuma saba Israa'eliin yaa Waaqayyo gidiraa fi rakkoo keessaa gooftaa iyyi saba kanaan na bira ga'e jette gooftaa. Ammas iyyi Oromoo gooftaa si bira haa ga'u yaa Waaqayyo. Hojii isaan hojjetan hundumaa irratti gurguddoota keenya beektota keenya gooftaa ati eegi gooftaa Yesuus. Yaa Waaqayyo yeroo kana yeroo eebbifamaa nu godhi. Maqaa ilma kee gooftaa keenya Yesuus Kiristoosiif jedhiin. Ameen.
Ilmi namaa waa sadii namni waa sadii qabu hin hoonga'u jedhan. Dura namni rabbiin qabu hin hoonga'u jedhanii. Namni ufii wal qabu hin hoonga'u jedhanii. Namni ufii wal qabu ammoo qabeenyallee qabaa hin hoonga'u jedhanii. Rabbi warra wal qabatu rabbiin haa godhu. Eebbaa mataan barakatii abaasaa mataan badi jedhanii warra barakatu rabbiin haa godhu. Eega ammoo kana jedheen boodatti namni manni nu saamaa jiru diina qofaa miti keennallee nu saamaa jira. Warra garaaf mul'ika diinaa waliin nu saamu kana rabbiin nufaa beeksisu. Lammata warri arra waa dalaga ufulabaa gaatan kun galatoomaa. Namni naman galateeffate rabbiilleen galateeffate jedhanii baay'ee galatoomaa. Eega kana jedheen boodatti wanni isinitti dhaabadhu ammoo taarikuma dabre qofa haasa'ina. Waanuma nama du'ee qofa haasa'ina. Waan of duraatitti tarkaanfadha. Namni yoo waan dabre qofa ka haasa'u taate taa'een illee namarraa dhumti. Wallee godhuuf hin deemu. Waan of dura goonu kana waan tilmaamadhaati akka gartee isinirraa fudhatuu danda'etti oofama. Rabbi nu haa milkeessu. Rabbi tokko nu haa godhu. Rabbi nu haa ijaaru. Gabrummaan salphina kana keessaa Rabbi nu haa baasu. Amma ammoo yoo itti beeyne daa'imiin nu dhufte. Asiin duratti haqateen nani hagoogan. Haqateen nani ukkaamsan. Haqateen gara ifnanaa dhaabatanii nutti dukkaneessanii amma ammoo hayyateen dhufaa jirti. Waan ta'eef addunyaan haqa tokko nu beekaa jirti. Rabbi uf nu haa beeksisu. Rabbi warra taa'imii itti dalagatu Rabbi nu haa godhu. Ilmi namaa taa'imii keessatti jiru san keessatti yoo hin dalaganne taa'imiin nama
till the prayer wishing success in this foundation which is established today. So this is also a prayer.
Rabbii fi ummata keessaanii yoo ka dalaydan taate rabbi fiixaan isin baasa. Yoo anillee haa mul'adhuun keessa hin jiraatin. Yoo anallee maqaan haa waamamuu keessa hin jiraatin. Dhugatti yoo murtifattanii saba salphate kanaaf dhaabattan rabbi isin bira dhaabataa. Yoo ammoo nama gartee ani haa mul'adhu ani haa dhaga'uuf ka jettan taate deemsi adeemsa gabaabaa deemtan. Warri haqaaf dhaabatee yoo du'ellee lubbuu namichaattu du'e malee duuti waan namarraa hafne namichi suni nama jiru. Gartee warra taarika dabarfatee har'a kunuu yoo saampila gabaabaa kan beeynu yoo dubbanne kan beeyne dhiifne ka beeynu irraa yoo dubbanne Johariin fudhadhaadha. Biyya kananiitu biyya gabbattuu dandeettii ka qabu ummata kiyyaa fi jedhee waraqaa silaa namni ittiin boonullee darbee ar'allee kunoo deebi'ee beela sanitti deebi'ee dhukkuba yaalamuu dadhabee achi jira. Nuti silaa uummanni Oromoo silaa nama gartee galgala gaafa inni hidhaa seenee akka inni Oromoo fi Rabbi je'eetiin galisan silaa galgala tokkocha dhagaa irraan buluu ture. Rabbi isin haa jabeessuu waan maqaadha dhooytanii fuulfaadhaa. Rabbi isin biraa jiraatu galatooma.
Hayyee yaa waaqa uumamaa tokkicha maqaa kumaa nagaan nu oolchite nagaan nu oolchi kan nagaan nu oolchite nagaan nu oolchi irraa gora dogoggora nu oolchi yaa waaqa fayyaa nuu kennu nagaa nuu kennu umurii dheeraa nuu kennu addaaf addunyaa nuu kennu beekumsaaf dandeettii nuu kennu obsaaf jaalala nuu kennu waliigaltee nuu kennu wal bira oolchi nu oolchi afaan keenya tokko godhi garaa keenya tokko godhi tokkummaa keenya nuu jabeessi walta'iinsa keenya nuu cimsi yaa waaqa ummata rakkate kanaa nuu qaqqabi irree nuu ta'e yaa Rabbi bilisummaa keenya nuu qaqqabsiisi ummata rakkachaa jiru ummata ajjeefamaa jiru ummata hidhamaa jiru kan hidhame nuu hiiki yaa waaqa ati nuu birmadhu ati humna nuu ta'e nusi malee hin qabnu kan bakka jirrutti waan dandeenyu gochuu.
This also prayer by another person.
Garaa roobaa nagaa barri quufaa gabbina gabbisi waaqa.
Hedduu galatoomaa waaqeffataatis, kan kiristaanaatis, kan musliimaatis hundinuu kan waliin dhufite Oromummaadha. Abbootii teenya warri du'aa goota walumaa galatu Rabbiin hunda keessaniif umrii dheertu isinii haa kennu. Nama qabsoo Oromoo tanarratti kufee cabee osoo hin taane warra kufee cabee irraa fayyadamee gartee ilmaa isaatti barsiifatu Rabbi isin haa godhu. Hunda keessanuu hedduu galatoomaa du'aan isin gootan hedduu gaariidha. Waan ajaa'ibaadha. Dhaamsa ajaa'ibaa nu dabarsitan kan irraa beeku irraa fudhata. Kan irraan beekne asuma gannaqee deema. Kanaaf hundi keessanuu waan isaan jaan kana seef godhaan isin galatoomaa.
Sagantaa keenya isatti aanuuf ufnaa Shamsiyaa akka sagantaan keenya jirutti hawaasni keenya manguddoon eebbaan waan nuuf dhaaman sirriitti nuuf dhaamanii jiranii yaadni isaanii fudhatamee jira. Jirraanis waldaan ijaaramu kunis eebbaaf manguddoo kanaa sinkii godhatee akka waan gaarii Oromoodhaaf dalagu asumarra akka tiimii waan kana yeroodhaaf waan jechaa jirutti fudhatanii kan itti aanu I think hawaasa keenya karaa Austraaliyaa irraa gara kallattii addunyaa biraatti yaada geessuuf deemuu tuna mul'ata. Maaliif keessummoonni keenya biyya biraarraa dhufan warra Austraaliyaa kana hamilee isin qabdan kana Oromummaa as keessaa callaqqisee isaan bira gahee mana keessaa isaan girrisaa jiru kana kanarraa dhaamsa tokko qabnaa nullee gammachuu isin qabdan kana isin wajji sheer godhachuu feenaa ammas waan isin achitti galtan kana asitti akka lafa qabatuuf yaadni bu'uuraa walumaa waan tureef dhaamsa waan isiniif dhaamnu qabnaa jedhanii warra biyyoota USA irraa, UK irraa, Germany irraa, Awurooppaa akkasuma Afrikaa bakka adda addaa irraa namoota jiru. So warra san wal duraa duubaan akka yaada isaatti osoo hin seenne keessummoota kana introduce nu godhu. I think Dr. Sagayyaa Raarsaa gara waltajjii fidanna Shamsiyaa fi Dasiin asirratti yoo wanni raambise jiraate naaf sirreessitu. Akkasitti yoo keessummoota keenya nuuf fidee wal duraa duubaan warri yaada isaanii nuuf ibsatan yookiin immoo akka sagantaa jirutti yoo nummaan gonillee you can give us thumbs up. Sanirratti maal jettu Shamsiyaa akkamitti itti fuftu?
Dhugaa Rabbii wanti kun dheerayyuu hin deemne haga of course akkuma isin hunduu beektan yaada kana Dr. Tsaggaayeen hawwii isaa ture diriirii isaa ture garuu gaafa inni waan kanatti fidee shuuriin turre aga guyyaa kanaatiin hedduu we were looking forward to today. Isinirraa waan kana immoo dhagahuufi because like programa kana projektii kana maqaasitti kennine walitti haa qabnu malee feedbackin alatti you're not sure, you're not confident. So hedduu confident nutti kennitanii hedduu galatoomaa ammas projektiin kuni gargaarsa yoo projektichi kuni maqaan isaa akkuma isin argitanii pilaanni isaa kaayoon isaa gargaarsa garuu jechi Dr. Tsaggaayeen yookaan hawwiin isaa gargaarsaan duratti ummata Oromoo mana tokko keessa walitti qabuudha. Jirraan akka mana tokkooti. Akkaawuntii tokko keessatti akka takkatti maallaqa kana darbannee bakka takkatti wal qabachuuni hawwii isaati. Dhugatti akka hawwiin suni dream come true. That's how I feel. Homaa hin hafne, hedduu galatooma. Abdii, you said all, and keessummoota jajjaboo fi kabajamtoota qabna. Akkuma abdiin jedhee Dr. Tsaggaayeen nuuf afeera. Hedduu galatooma.
Dhugaadhaa keessummaan keenya biyya adda addaa irraa waan jiraniif amma immoo especially warreen Afrikaa fi Awurooppaa keessa jiran fa'a baay'ee waan itti galgalaa'eef halkanaa'eef amma waan dhaamsa isaanii gabaabatti nutti dhaamu waan qabaniif isaan dursinee gara fuulduraatti finna. Akkuma Abdoo Qaadii dura dhaammatee deeme sanatti Professor Hizqeel Gabbisaa is one of our guest speakers. Sanaan booda Dr. Ittaanaa Habteenis asuma akka kan wajjin jira. Innis yaada isaa ni ibsata. Hopefully Dr. Abbaa Shaamuun is asuma keessa waan jiru natti fakkaata. Isaan irraan dabalatee dhaamsa isaa nuuf dabarsaa uummata keenyaaf jajjabina hawwii isaan qaban yaada kan ammoo akkamitti akka gargaaraa turan ibsatu. One thing I would like to say, however, is that this is not it's not my idea alone. This is part of a bigger project we have been trying to develop along with my colleagues and my friends from across the globe, particularly the people I just mentioned here. Maqaa nama adda addaa yaada kana wajjin allaaffachaa turreetu jira. Warra san maqaa isaanii dhahuun barbaada. Tokkoffaa keessummoonni keenya kan har'an wajjin jiran Professor Hizqeel Gabbisaa, Dr. Ittaanaa Habtee, Dr. Abbaa Shaamoo Leencoo, warri Ayooppaa akkuma jiraniin Dr. Malik, Dr. Obsaa, and ijoolleen miseensota Ayooppaa International Oromo Health Professionals Association hedduu galatoomaan wajjin jirtanii. In fact isaantu nutti dhaammachaa ture waanuma akkana waan jaba gadi fidaa jarana waliin mari'adhaa kottaa bakka tokkotti gurmaa'aatii waan jabaa nuuf fidaa jedhanii yeroo adda addaatti gaafan walgahii isaanii irratti argame waanuma kana naaf affeeraa waan turaniif isaan irra caalaa waan tokko yaadaati gadi fidaa nuun jechaa waan jiraniif isaan galata guddaa qabu. Kanaaf ammas isaan kanarratti waan dhamahaa turaniif isaan lamaan particularly Dr. Obsaa fi Dr. Abbaa Shaamoo Leencoo asitti affeerin isaanis nu wajjin turanii jechuudha. Yaadni kun yaada kiyya qofa miti. Uummata Oromootu nutti dhaammate mataa walitti nu qabaa. Qabsoo kana hoggana itti horaa. Uummata kana walitti fidaa. Akka wal qaban, akka waliif tumsunu, akka waliin tokkummaadhaan dhaabbannu nu godhaa maaloo hayyoota keenya jedhanii yeroo guddaadhaaf nutti dhaammachaa gaafa turan.
So he's talking about the formation of humanitarian organization, which can, has a chance to be a global humanitarian organization. And that organization is formed with the speaker, Dr. Tsaggaayee, Dr. Hizqeel Gabbisaa, and other names he mentioned, and other activists took part from coining the name and preparing all the bylaws, the objective of the organization, and other details. All are ready to go. So, and the name of the organization is designed to remember Hachalu Hundessa, our hero, who was killed by Abiy Ahmed killing squad. And Abiy Ahmed ordered his killing, ate his flesh, and drank his blood, and he is let go for free for now. I have no doubt Hachalu was assassinated by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. I have no doubt. By all indication, he is the main person responsible for this, for our heroes' killing. our inspiring musician, very popular, who could do a lot for Oromo movement, cut short by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed decision. He ate his flesh, he drank his blood, and he is let go for free for now, just for now. He will be brought to justice in the future. Now you can do it because all the resources, all that country's resources is in hand. The security, the finance, the military, the federal police, everything he control for now. So you cannot bring somebody with all this power to justice at this time. But he is the one responsible for Hachalu's killing and for many other killings after that, and for the arrest of our political leaders. So he is continue to do his crime. So the foundation, the Jirraa Humanitarian Foundation. Jirraa is the the very iconic word used by Hachalu Hundessa when he come to the stage to play songs. Very inspiring, very popular. So let's see, this is just a breaking news and a very essential news. Oromo intellectuals and political activists formed humanitarian organization that intended to reach all Oromos who are working to alleviate especially Oromo sufferings back at home in Oromia. The organizers and the founders of this organization also said their relief organization stands with and assists all the movement, political or armored movements who are fighting for the complete freedom of Oromia as their final goals. Some of the Oromo intellectuals and activists who actively involved in the establishment of Jirraa Humanitarian Organization are Dr. Tsaggaye Ararsa from Melbourne, Australia, Dr. Eskel Gabisa from USA, Dr. Itana Hapte, UK. Similarly, this organization is like, if you know, I don't know, it's like a global alliance humanitarian organization which is founded by the Ethiopian diaspora community led by Tammany Beyene and others. And this organization is very huge, very influential, and with a huge financial capacity. If you follow the news, they go to Ethiopia when there is a crisis with a big money. So this Jirraa Oromo Relief Association can be considered similar to Global Alliance Organization. So it is very essential. We need to appreciate those political activists, intellectuals for working hard to form this organization who can interconnect all Oromos who are suffering when the Oromos are suffered, when those Oromos who are bleeding when the Oromos are bleeding, those Oromos who are always working hard for the freedom of Oromos. The Oromos who are working with TPLF, they don't care. Supporter of Prosperity Party, Abiy Ahmed, who are working for money, who are working with PP. They don't care. So this organization is not for them. This organization is for Oromos who are always feel the pain of Oromos. The Oromos going through the killing, the torture, the losing of their properties, the burning of their homes back home in Oromia. So we should appreciate this organization, founders, organizers, and we must stand with them to make them succeed in the future. We got a very, very huge objective. The objective is to help the humanitarian needs of Oromos, and to help those political organizations, those armed organizations who are fighting for Oromos. So this is a very, very essential humanitarian organization, must be supported by all Oromos. And who is not interested to support is, if they are not interested, better stay away. Don't be an obstacle. Don't be a criticizer from outside. Some people, they like to criticize from outside. They just say, oh, they didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing. They just using the money for this and that. We don't want that to happen. All of us, we should help these intellectuals, support them, register as a member, and support them to succeed. And this is, as I said, it's a very global in nature, including all European, American, Canadian, Australian, African, Middle East, all Oromos everywhere. So very, 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 very essential organization. This is a very, very a breakthrough, a breaking news, and we should support it. We should stand with them, and we have to make it grow and make it bigger than the global alliance, the one is existing for Tamany Beyene and others. So thank you for giving credit, remembering Hachalu Hundessa by the term Jirraa, by the word Jirraa. Rest in peace, Hachalu Hundessa. I hope justice will be served for you one day. I hope so. And Abiy Ahmed and his killing squad will be brought to justice one day. Just pray and work hard and support this organization. Okay, let's go to the other news. Kelo Multimedia Service reported the killing of another teenager in the hands of Ethiopia killing squad in Oromia. On June 5, 2021, Sena Ragasa was taken from her parents' home in Shaggar, Ginchi zone and killed with multiple gunshots in front of the local Prosperity Party headquarters. No reason was provided for her brutal killing. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and his Prosperity Party supporters have adopted a shoot-to-kill policy, especially in Oromia. So far, nobody has been held accountable for known and undercover killings of hundreds of Oromos in Oromia region. So this killing continues. I keep reporting. Some other medias also reporting. Keep continuing. Teenagers are just assassinated by killing squad under the order of Abiy Ahmed and other Prosperity members. It's continuing. We just keep recording, and keep reporting to you. And nobody is accountable. There is no law in order, especially in Oromia region. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia is planning to send a Goodwill Ambassador to Washington, D.C. The main mission of the Goodwill Ambassadors is to beg the United States government to refrain from implementing the visa and other economic sanctions it placed on Ethiopian current and former officials. Abiy Ahmed's administration is also intending to ease the tension between the United States and Ethiopia, and in turn to avoid responsibility for all the serious crimes and other atrocities committed in the Tigray region. Abiy Ahmed and his Prosperity Party supporters publicly condemned the United States and condemned the United States in their speech and government-sponsored protests. Such unfriendly conduct and Abiy Ahmed's refusal to carry out U.S. advice and demand could make this Goodwill Ambassador's mission impossible. So Yoya Media takes credit for this. So the Goodwill Ambassador coming to the United States probably try to reach President Joe Biden or Secretary of State Antony Blinken. We don't know. The intention is to, negotiate the, ask the United States to refrain from, implementing all these sanctions and others on Ethiopia. But the discussion will be difficult because Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed publicly condemned, belittled the United States on his speech, public gatherings, raised, the United States, just like with no experience, just a young democratic country, and the United States is attempting to interfere the Ethiopian internal affairs, telling the Ethiopians what to eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All this publicly recorded speech. So how these Goodwill Ambassadors could be successful with such background, with such condemnation of the United States and other Western countries? So we will see. But that is reported. Try to send the Goodwill Ambassadors. Challenges to the transitional government of Tigray region continues. The following member of the Tigray Transitional Police Commission officials abandoned their posts and their salary and joined the Tigray People Liberation Front, TPLF, and fight against the central government in Addis Ababa and those who are representing it in the Tigray region. These officers' names are Commander Kasai Haile Selassie, Mekelle City and the surrounding Peace and Security Head. 2. Main Inspector Fro Alemu, Mekelle Zone Crime Investigation Head. 3. Sergeant Johannes, Regions Police Investigation Unit Head. And 4. Main Sergeant Kiros Tadese, Hadrat Town District Crime Investigation Chairperson. All these security personnel served with the Tigray Regional Transitional Team for the last 6 months, and their motives to leave their posts and join the TPLF is not known to the media. But probably the motive is maybe their displeasure with the transitional government, how the things handled in Tigray. So They just want to join TPLF, fight Abiy Ahmed, fight prosperity, and fight who are representing prosperity parties in the Tigray region. So this is the challenge. The other challenge is transitional government officials being assassinated, being kidnapped, and being threatened by TPLF. So the challenge continue. You know, winning the war is not the same as governing the public. The challenge is governing the public. How do you make yourself acceptable? Ethiopia militiamen killed 2 Sudanese farmers. Ethiopia militiamen killed 2 Sudanese farmers on the border between the two countries east of the Galabat town. On Saturday, June 5, 2021, Ethiopian armed men sneaked into the Sudanese border and killed 2 farmers after failing to kidnap them, the Sudan Tribune reported, citing eyewitness. Muhammad Ali Al-Sajan and Ali Khalifa are the names of the 2 who were killed in this attack. No confirmation from Ethiopia's side on this report. The Sudan Tribune also reported the Sudan army retaking control of nearly all the border areas cultivated in the past by Ethiopian farmers. They took all the border area which were cultivated by the Ethiopian farmers. So now it's under Sudan government. So far, the Ethiopian government preferred silence on the deep crossing of the Ethiopian territories by the Sudanese forces. So Sudan Tribune take credit for this. So if it's not Abiy Ahmed, if it's another leader, this could be a huge crisis between Sudan and Ethiopia. But I don't know. There may be some kind of agreement between Abiy Ahmed and the Sudanese officials, it seems. So what do you say about this silence when your country is taken away? So this could be a serious war, but Abiy Ahmed prefers silence. Billionaire to space. Jeff Bezos will be flying to space on the first crewed flight of the New Shepard, the rocket ship made by his space company, Blue Origin. The flight is scheduled for July 20th, just 15 days after he is set to resign as CEO of Amazon. Ever since I was 5 years old, I have dreamed of traveling to space, Bezos, 57 now, said in a Monday morning Instagram post. So he was dreaming to fly to space since he was 5 years old. And on July 20th, I will take that journey with my brother, the greatest adventure with my best friend. If all goes well, Bezos, the world's richest person with a net worth of $187 billion, will be the first of the billionaire space tycoons to experience a ride aboard the rocket technology that he has poured millions into developing. He put too much money in his company to create this rocket, so he is flying by using his own rocket. He invested too much in this rocket. Okay. Blue Origin was founded by Jeff Bezos in year 2000, and the company conducted more than a dozen test flights with no one on board at Blue Origin facilities in rural Texas, about 70 miles from Marfa. Bezos created Amazon in 1994, first as an online bookseller with $250,000 from his parent. He started with just $250,000 from his parent, from the money he got from his parent, as online business. Amazon now, it was more than $187 billion, and he gave him the opportunity to fly to space. So credit New York Times for this. Harris says leaders needed to restore hopes in Guatemala. United States Vice President Kamala Harris on Monday emphasized the need to restore hopes for residents of struggling Central American nations to help address the increase in immigration from the region, as she pleaded with them not to make the dangerous trick in the first major test of her diplomatic skills on a 3-day foreign trip. Hope does not exist by itself, she said. It must be coupled with relationships and trust. It must be coupled with tangible outcomes in terms of what we do as leaders to convince people that there is a reason to be hopeful about their future and the future of their children, she said. Harris also said the fact that she chose Guatemala and Mexico for her first overseas trip was a reflection of the priority President Biden placed on the region. She said the two nations are interconnected and interdependent, and it is our collective interest that we work together. Credit for this, Associated Press. Okay, the last one. The United States Supreme Court, with a vote of 9-0, says temporary protection status recipient who arrived illegally have no right to green card. That's a blow. It's a huge blow. So those came to the United States illegally through the illegal means. Okay. These groups include people who were forced to leave their home country due to earthquakes, war, and other crises. The Supreme Court decision could impact more than 230,000 immigrants from El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, Somalia, Yemen, and Myanmar. This Supreme Court decision does not affect the temporary protection status recipient who entered the United States legally as a student or tourist and stayed under temporary protection status after their visas were expired, may obtain a green card. So it's good for those came as a student or as a tourist but overstayed, then they got the protection. Now they can apply for a green card, which is good news on one side, bad news for those came to the United States illegally due to earthquake and other war and other crises, Haiti, Guatemala, and all this. So the fate of 230,000 immigrants who lost their bid at the Supreme Court today depends on the mercy of the United States Congress in the future, if they can change the immigration law to accommodate these victims of humanitarian crisis. Credit Smart News, CNN, and others. So This is a huge blow for those 230,000 who came from Haiti, El Salvador, Yemen, Somalia, and other countries. They came due to the crisis. They are forced to leave their country due to the war, due to earthquake and others. Now the Supreme Court said you cannot get the green card. So what is for them is up to the Congress, if they can agree to accept them, to help them, you know, even though they came illegally, if they can do something. All is depend on the Congress willingness to change the immigration law and possibly accept these people. It's a very bad news for them. It's a very good news on the other side for students, tourists who overstayed their visas. They got, you know, temporary protection. Now they can have green card. So always good and bad news. So it's a very tough one. But the dreamers, still the dreamers issue is not settled. You know, the children came with their parent when they are very young. They don't know about the other countries. Their issue is still not settled. So there's a lot of unsettled things. So thank you for taking the part in listening the reading part. And I have just maybe one more video. The Tigrayan Diaspora community protest in London. Then I will conclude today's presentation. Let's see, just this is 3-minute video, very short one. These people never give up. Very determined people, very determined. The diaspora community and the Tigrayan people back home, they are very determined. They are not like Oromos. To tell you the truth, they are not like Oromos. I see some Oromos celebrating Prosperity Party officials with all kind of foods, traditional clothing, welcoming them to their village, giving them drink, foods, riding, in, you know, with nice horses to celebrate these people. I don't know these people. They don't know their brothers and sisters, their fathers and mothers are dying. I don't know. I don't know. What is all this celebration? Welcoming Prosperity Party, OPDOs. They don't know what OPDO stands for. They don't know the history. They are foreigners, they don't know. OPDO was number one killer organization in Oromia. For all sufferings, for all the killings, for the all property lost in Oromia, for the last 27 years plus the last 3 years, OPDO is responsible. So those who are in Oromia, I don't know, maybe they are intimidated or threatened. It could be, but I see happy face, smiling face, celebratory face, riding with a nice horse, welcoming Prosperity Party members to their homes, to their village, jumping here and there with them. I don't know how you gonna go for freedom with these people. How you gonna go? People are dying. People are in jail. Your leaders are in jail. So the Tigrayans, they don't do this thing. They are determined. You know, they are not simply give up for prosperity agenda. Okay, let's listen to these protesters and conclude. That's in London, UK.
We really oppose what's going on in Tigray. I'm an Eritrean, but what the Eritrean government is doing in Tigray is actually a genocide against humanity, and most Eritreans oppose to this. The UK government we know is doing something, but is not quite enough, and we really like to the UK to support the US government in sanctioning Ethiopia.
At Verizon, we want to give everyone a 5G phone on us, with all the entertainment you love, like Disney Plus, Hulu, ESP.
Okay, so that's the Tigrayan Diaspora community in London, United Kingdom, standing for the Tigrayans suffering under Abiy Ahmed and under Eritrean forces, the rape, the killing, the looting of their properties, the destruction of their properties, all. They want those things to end. They want the Eritreans to leave the region, to leave all Ethiopia. Now they are shifting into Oromia region, and the Eritreans now changing their uniform and fighting with the Ethiopian forces. These are the reports. They are not leaving. They are not leaving. They must leave, and they must be held accountable, as I said before. living is one thing, but they must be also held accountable for all the crimes they committed. We don't let them go for free. At least I know the Tigrayan communities are working on this, and others, to bring them to justice into International Criminal Court. So let me conclude by saying this, especially the Oromo community. Please continue your resistance. Don't give up. You don't give up. You don't see nothing. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. All your leaders are in jail. All your offices are closed. People are still dying, taken out of the prison and killed. Teenagers are killed. The law and order is broken in Oromia. So let's stand with the newly formed Jirraa, Oromo Humanitarian Relief Organization, which is just established, created by Oromo intellectuals and political activists. Let's find out the details about this organization. I think the video I started with has like more than 1 hour about the objective of that organization, what the bylaw says, how you can be part of it, all the details discussed. So we have to please look for Shabo Media and follow that in details and stand with this organization and to help them succeed. Their success is the success of all Oromos. Let them make them like Global Alliance, very huge, financially strong organization who can help, who can play a major role in the future as a humanitarian organization or supporting the Oromo causes. So that is very essential message for today. Please stand up with them, help them, register as a member, and do all the contribution, financial, sharing your knowledge, telling others about this organization, Jirraa. That's a Hachalu Hundesa's iconic word, Jirraa. Rest in peace. And please work these Oromo intellectuals, activists, Dr. Itana, Dr. Sagayar Arsa, Dr. Scale, and other doctors and other Oromo activists who worked hard in founding this organization. Please help them, stand with them, and make them succeed by sharing this video with family and friends, telling others about this news. So this will help the Oromos come together with one objective, freedom of Oromia from atrocities, subjugations, killings, tortures, grabbing of your land, and from lawlessness, no law. People just killed at the public square and nobody is accounted for. So we have to fight until Oromia is free. That's the ultimate goal. If you don't get respected in Ethiopia, if they don't allow you to play a major role in Ethiopia, if you continue to be killed, arrested, tortured, your leaders belittled, disregarded, thrown into jail. You want to live in that kind of Ethiopia? I don't think so. Two choices. With respect and dignity, with respect of your property, your region, you can live with Ethiopia. If not, the second alternative is be your own country. Create your own Oromia region. It's a big area, can be a big country in Middle East. So to do all this, you need to have a strong organization, humanitarian, political, or armed organization. So Oromos, we have to come together, support these people and other organizations and help them succeed. And if you cannot do all this, you can be, you know, don't criticize them. Don't be an obstacle. Don't be an obstacle. Don't be just saying bad things about this organization that you used to say about other organizations. This is the conduct. Let's be united like Tigrayans. Tigrayans are very disciplined. Mostly, 99%. Few maybe they do bad things, but 99% stand with their leader, with a commitment. With a commitment. They don't back down. They don't celebrate PP like our people. In Bali, RC, some area, they celebrate PP. They feed them nice food. They give them nice drink. They put on national traditional clothing to celebrate, to welcome them. It's shame on them when the Oromo leaders are in jail, when the Oromos are belittled, disregarded, trashed, and these people celebrate prosperity. But they must stop. They must stop doing that. They must stop. How you can get the gut to celebrate these people? It's shame on you. Shame on you. So stop doing this. Join the movement for freedom in all possible ways. So that's my final message. Support Jirraa humanitarian organization created by our Oromo intellectuals and political activists. Let them succeed. And thank you for being part of Concerned Citizens Media today. I will be back with other news and comments. So long, everyone. Be strong and be safe.